Nicki Minaj came onto the hip-hop scene as a feisty female rapper with an outspoken style and an attitude to boot. The now 37-year-old was born Onika Tanya Maraj in St. James, Trinidad and Tobago. When she was just 5 years old, Nicki Minaj moved to Queens, New York with her family. With a childhood filled with struggle, Nicki decided very early that she would become successful to rise above the life of her childhood. And today, it's pretty obvious that she kept that promise to herself. Her record label Young Money announced this year that she's the first female rapper to reach a net worth of $100 million, while other finance and business sites report that she's sitting at $80 million or $85 million. Whichever one it is, it's more than enough to have her driving numerous cars like a Benz, a Rolls Royce worth a whopping $450,000, and the now infamous cotton candy pink Lamborghini. For Nicki Minaj, paying $35,000 in rent each month is not a hassle at all. In fact, she did it for over a year. And when it comes to what Nicki Minaj wears, well, she admitted that she might have had a bit of a spending problem in her early career, when she dropped about $50,000 a month on just accessories alone. And now, after giving birth to her first ever baby with her husband Kenneth Petty on October 1st, 2020, I doubt Nicki Minaj's spending habits are gonna change anytime soon. Curious on what else Nicki Minaj spends her money on? Well then, we've got you covered. Here's an exclusive inside look at the $100 million lifestyle of Nicki Minaj. She doesn't need much of an introduction. Nicki Minaj is one of the most influential and well-known rappers of our time. Although Nicki's biggest claim to fame is her history as a trailblazing rapper, she's also a singer, actress, and businesswoman. She's known for her crazy alter egos, fierce lyrics, and undeniable hits. But when she was younger, she had something different in mind. In the hopes of just becoming an actress, Nicki Minaj attended La Garda High School of Music and Arts in her teens. When her acting career didn't take off, she took on a couple of steady jobs and got fired from many of them for being rude to customers. One of these jobs was waitressing at Red Lobster. Eventually, Nicki started doing backup vocals for hip-hop artists and began writing her own material in her free time. She wanted real opinions from real people, so she started sharing her music on MySpace, where she was discovered by Dirty Money CEO Fendi and signed to his label. Through this connection, Nicki Minaj met Lil Wayne and worked with him on a series of her own mixtapes. The first of these was Playtime Is Over, which dropped back in 2007. But it was her third mixtape, Beam Me Up Scotty, that really got people's attention. After working with her for a while, Lil Wayne signed Nicki Minaj to Young Money in 2009, making her the label's first solo female rapper. A year later, she released her first single, Massive Attack, followed by Your Love, and then her debut album, Pink Friday. The album was a huge success and went triple platinum. Since then, Nicki Minaj has released 3 more studio albums and over 100 singles. Her music career has yielded more than 100 notable awards, including 6 American Music Awards, 10 BET Awards, 4 Billboard Music Awards, 3 MTV Video Music Awards, and 2 People's Choice Awards. She has also been nominated for 10 Grammy Awards. In May 2017, Nicki Minaj made history when she overtook Aretha Franklin's record for a number of songs on the Hot 100 for a female artist. Aretha's record had stood for more than 40 years. Then, in September 2019, she sent her fans into a frenzy when she announced that she would be retiring from the industry to start a family. The retirement didn't last very long, however, as Nicki continued to drop new music and features soon after. While she has definitely made her footprint in the cutthroat world of hip-hop, it's not her only source of income anymore. She's made millions of dollars from endorsement deals with brands like Pepsi, Nokia, Roberto Cavalli, her line of 8 successful fragrances, acting, and TV appearances. According to Reuters, Minaj was reportedly paid $12 million for her time as a judge on American Idols. But if we focus on the music alone, it's quite clear that this is what pays most of her bills. According to several online sources, it costs around $500,000 to book Nicki Minaj for a show. She also has more than 44 million monthly listeners on Spotify, which translates to a hefty payout of more than $176,000 each month. Apple Music reportedly has fewer listeners, so we can assume that her monthly streams is around half what's on Spotify, which means that Nicki Minaj could easily be earning $110,000 a month on that platform. Nicki also has a really solid presence on YouTube, which accumulates around 48 million views per month, which would make her about $144,000 a month. Her total monthly earnings, if she were to maintain those kinds of streaming numbers and perform twice a month, is around $1,430,000. That's more than $17,160,000 a year, $330,000 a week, and $47,142 a day. Between 2010 and 2019, Nicki Minaj earned an impressive $156 million before taxes. She definitely knows how to make the most of the private circuit. According to TMZ, she made $50,000 just for showing up at the 14th birthday of Floyd Mayweather's daughter. Newsweek also reported that Nicki Minaj made between $300,000 and $500,000 performing at a bar mitzvah in 2015. Going on tour has also been one of her most lucrative forms of income. Back in 2015, Nicki Minaj's Pink Print tour topped the highest grossing tours list that year, and it made $13 million according to AXS. She also dabbles in investing and purchased a 3% stake in Jay-Z's Tidal music streaming service. Forbes reports the streaming service is worth an estimated $600 million. With millions of dollars sitting in the bank, Nicki Minaj has virtually no barriers when it comes to acquiring the things that make her life luxurious. In August 2016, Nicki Minaj and her now ex-boyfriend Meek Mill rented a mansion in Beverly Hills for $35,000 a month. Once they broke up, Meek Mill moved out and she had the house all to herself until she moved out in 2018. The home was built in 2008 on the site of Frank Sinatra's former residence. The 10,340 square foot home has panoramic views of the city and mountains. The house features a 2-story foyer, a large living room with a fireplace, and arched French doors leading outside. There's an eat-in kitchen, a wood-lined library, a formal dining room, and a family room, as well as 8 bedrooms. The outdoor space includes a swimming pool, spa, a barbecue, and a 5-car garage, where Nicki probably kept her enviable collection of cars. Perhaps the most well-known of Nicki Minaj's cars is her matte cotton candy pink Lamborghini Aventador Roadster, which she got in 2013. The originally blue Lambo underwent a $30,000 customization thanks to exotic Euro cars, West Coast rappers, and Forgiato. The supercar is powered by a 6.5L V12 that produces 691 horsepower with a top speed of 218 miles per hour and a 0 to 60 time of 2.9 seconds. It cost an estimated $400,000. You'd think that one bright pink car is enough, but not for the Pink Friday rapper. Nicki Minaj also has a pink Bentley Continental GT with 500 horsepower coming from its W12 engine. The Barbie Bentley might have looked soft because of its bubblegum pink color, but it was certainly a beast in reality. Before customization, Nicki Minaj parted with around $230,000 for the Bentley. In February 2019, the rapper copped a 2019 Rolls Royce Cullinan, valued at over $450,000. In a video posted by Nicki Minaj herself, she shows us that she's chosen a black Rolls Royce with red interior. She also had the interior customized with a black mink rug that cost between $2,000 and $3,000, and a refrigerator in the back that holds up to 2 bottles of champagne for somewhere between $5,000 and $7,000. In the caption of the video, Nicki Minaj said she would be adding stars to the ceiling, which would cost around $20,000. She also toyed with the idea of wrapping the car in pink like her old Lamborghini. These are probably only a few of her rides, and they're already worth a total of $1,080,000. Since Nicki Minaj has gone relatively quieter over the years, we can only imagine what car she's driving around in at this stage of her career. Nicki Minaj certainly puts a lot of effort and money into driving her cars. And the same can be said when it comes to dressing herself. In a 2012 interview with Vogue, Nicki Minaj spoke about how important accessories are to her. She admitted she used to spend thousands of dollars so she could accessorize. She told the magazine she used to spend about $50,000 a month on Giuseppe, Versace, YSL, and Fendi shoes. Nicki also had a seemingly insatiable addiction to Louis Vuitton bags. She's a fan of diamonds too, having worn $20 million worth of them at the 2017 VMAs. In an Instagram post, Nicki Minaj said that the necklace she wore was worth $1 million. In addition to the choker, she wore 3 diamond chains, huge diamond hoop earrings, several rings, and a collection of bangles on her arms. But nowadays, she claims that she's no longer a big spender, and being from a tough background means that she's always looking for opportunities to give back. In an interview on The Ellen DeGeneres Show, Nicki Minaj said that when she spends money on herself, it doesn't feel worthwhile. But when she gets the chance to give to those who need it most, she feels really good. One of those feel-good moments was when Nicki Minaj announced that she bought all her close friends their own Range Rovers, something she says they were very excited about. She's also known for paying off her fans' college tuitions. Nicki Minaj had an impromptu session on Twitter in 2017 in which she ended up paying for over 30 students' college expenses. This led her to starting her Student of the Game College Fund, which gave fans the opportunity to have their college expenses paid off by Nicki Minaj herself. In order to enter, fans had to prove that they were A students in order for Nicki Minaj to cover expenses that included tuition, books, and living expenses. If there's one message that Nicki Minaj has always stood by, it's stay in school. Now, during the recording of this video, it was just reported by TMZ that Nicki Minaj has just given birth to her first ever child with her husband Kenneth Petty. The name and gender of the baby is unknown, but regardless, congratulations to her. If there's one thing you can take away from this video, is the fact that Nicki Minaj's baby's gonna live one luxurious life. Well, there you have it. The entire $100 million lifestyle of Nicki Minaj in one single YouTube video. I hope you guys all enjoyed this video, and if you did, please hit that like button. That's all I have for today. I'm out.